Karnes. Mitchell, how are you? And we're going to talk today about 2025 and,
Okay.
what goals authors that are writers that want to try to, become published. What did you go through in that process to get published? And what recommendations do you give other authors?
Yeah, the first thing is you have to want to be published. I don't write just for myself. The people that journal and don't want anyone else to share, that's a whole different story. What I want to do is I want people to read it. I'd love to hear what they think about it. And so my whole goal was to get published and to build that audience. And the first book that I ever did, I ended up having to self-publish it. Now everyone can do that through Amazon, but there wasn't an Amazon back then. And then this time around, actually the second time around, I ended up finding a publisher, and I had to go to an independent publisher. And you can find those through Writer's Digest has book guides on agents. They also have book guides on publishers and small publishing presses. And so I did all my research through that. And then you just have to do the work. You just send it out there. You have to make sure that you tweak uh, your package exactly what they're looking for if it pertains to your book. So I was looking for someone who was willing to do, for this time, with Christian, crime, and mystery, since this is based on a homicide detective in Nashville, Tennessee, is the way I set that. But there's a lot of backstory with Christianity in it, her tainted to the church by her father, who was very strict and accused her of doing something she didn't. And so she blames God and blames the church for that. So mine is bringing all of my past as a pastor, as a minister, as a teacher, as a counselor, all together into this one book, and then finding that one niche.
That's huge. That's important because you're able to figure those things out, Mitchell, for sure, in that process. And going and getting an agent, is that a difficult process?
Uh, it's about the same as trying to find a publisher, but if you want to go to the next level of publishing companies, you have to have an agent. They have no unsolicited manuscripts, so they won't take it unless there's an agent that sends it to them. So you do the same project process, but I looked for an agent that wanted to do both Christian and secular because I'm right in between the two of those, and one that knows the Christian market. So she had started her own agency, but she had worked with uh, companies that were big Christian publishing companies here in Nashville. And so I went there and, I got probably 25 no thank yous. I got a few encouragements with those until I finally found the one that, we connected.
And you kept hammering.
Oh
It's
yeah. Yeah. If you don't like rejection, don't get in this business.
just keep going, right? Just keep
Keep going.
going, hammering and hammering away and keep going.
Yeah, you've got to look at those people like Hemingway that sent 215 times before he finally had one person get it. Edison, who tried so many different ways to invent the light bulb that didn't work. You've got to be in there to get it published.
And if you don't, you're not going to get it published. That's for
You're
sure.
not. No.
And that process took rejection. And how is rejection? How did you deal with rejection?
Much better now than I used to. I mean, it used to be you're wearing it on my sleeve and the book was me. So you rejected the book, you reject me. Now I just understand that this is also a business and they're looking for something that can make them money. So I look for someone, an agent, someone like you who can help me with the public relations because that's just not selling myself and selling my work is not my strength.
And that's important to sell yourself. And
Mhm.
that's the thing of being an author with a podcast and going other people's podcasts. That's going to be really exciting for you in 2025. I think that getting yourself out there, once you have the book, and you've done it as a self-published author as well. So in
Mhm.
the self-publish, what did you learn from self-publishing to publishing, the two different avenues?
When I first started, I had that fantasy, I guess, that once I wrote the book, everybody would want it. It would be a movie and it would sell millions of copies. And it's just that heartbreak where you had to really push it and talk to people and not be ashamed about what the price is on the book because you've put, almost a year into this.
Okay. Wow, that's very interesting, Mitchell, for sure. And I guess authors just got to keep writing, right? First book might
Oh,
not be
yeah.
one. Talk about that keep writing thing.
I have shelves of ideas. I mean, I literally bookshelves of ideas. I've filed them away because I don't know that they'll ever come back to me. But right now, I've got a publisher who wants to take all six of these, the first round of her story arc. And so they're coming out every 6 months. So I've got 6 months to get the next one out, the next one out, next one out. And I pitched him the idea of the six books because I really have them like movies in my head at this point.
Wow. All right. That and so you're not done after this then.
Oh no, oh no. Yeah, I'm going. I hope this becomes a series of 30 books, 40 books.
And what are you hoping from that, Mitchell? What are you hoping specifically enough of the same series, or you're hoping
Yeah,
for?
of this same series.
Oh.
I've got other series that I've got if I have time to do them.
Uh,
So this is something I would definitely like to do into retirement, make that kind of my full-time thing.
Wow. Hey, that's the great thing about being an author. You find something you're passionate about. You don't, it's not like you didn't work a day in your life. And
Right.
there
That's
you
my dad.
go.
My dad used to say that.
And that's so and so important. And if you didn't, it doesn't feel like work. You just go and hey, this is relaxing compared to the rest of life, which is not
Right.
easy.
And it's rewarding. I get excited because you think the author has everything, every detail in his mind, but it surprises me. I know where I'm going, and I know the main characters are going to get there, but there are characters that develop along the way that I had no intention or no idea they would even be there.
All right. Best place people can go is
MitchellSKarnesAuthor.com.
all right. Appreciate it, Mitchell. Happy New Year, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, you too.